Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another live stream by the Option School. This is Pradeep Singla. What prompted me to be a full time option trader? So, today's stream is basically from my diary of my journey of option trading. And if you all remember, few days back, I asked you a question: what prompted you to come to options trading? And I got excellent answers from all of you. And you all gave me some benefits of option trading, some other ideas. But my journey, why I became a full time trader, okay, this is just one incident which happened. And yes, it is because of so many other things also. I cannot say everything is because of this what I'm going to show you, but yes, this this thing which I'm going to show you, this made me 100% glued to the idea that I want to become a full time option trader. I was thinking of doing something on fiscal stimulus. I was thinking on doing something on some strategy, but I said, okay, let me not be a sort of a news reader. Let me share something totally unique with all of you, and that's why we said, okay, let me do this video today, right? Hope my voice is audible to all of you. And again, I'm putting a disclaimer: I do not want you anybody to leave a job, right, by showing my inflection point wherein I decided that okay, I want to become a full-time option trader. I'm not trying to encourage you to leave your jobs and become a full-time option trader. I'm just showing you the truth of the life, what happened to me. Hope you will enjoy it, and you will let me know, right? Okay, all of you who are new to this channel, please go ahead and press that subscribe button. Also press that bell icon also, so that you get all the notifications. We are live at around 9 p.m. every working day. So to get the notification, press that bell icon. And all of you who are already our subscribers, you know what to do, right? All of you know what to do. You need not press that subscribe button. Maybe you need to press that like button. And welcome to all of you to this live stream. And let us start this. Right, in my working days, not that I'm not working nowadays, I'm also, I'll say, in my job days, I used to read a lot of books, blogs, newsletters, etc etc, for learning options, for learning option strategies, and for learning adjustments also. I've done many courses also. So that time I used to read a lot of things. And this I used to do mainly during night, maybe at around 11 to 1. I used to read a lot of things, and let me tell you, I was a sort of a overworked employee. uh, I remember one incident when it was a new year, and our boss called us in the meeting, and he said there are 52 Sundays, and it was a 6 day working, rather it was 7 day working environment. He said there are 52 Sundays in this in any year, and do not expect more than 10 Sundays from me, right? So that was the opening statement, right? And so that showed me we are really overworked. I remember one day, like I used to leave early in the morning and come late at night, never before 8:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. And I remember my younger son was just 3 to 4 years old. And one day, because something happened, and we were relieved earlier from the office, and I came to home at around 5 o'clock, and it was still not a sunset. So this young boy thought that okay, once the sunset is here, it's another day. And when he opened the door, he said, today only you have come. So he was expecting that every day I should come at night only, and Papa comes on the second day only. So that really pains me, that okay, I'm seeing my children are growing, I'm not at all participating. I was not going to any of their meetings because the schedule was so tight, which is very normal. It was not at all abnormal, which is very normal with most of you, right? With most of you, the working environment, especially in India, uh, there are no rights of employees. Employer is always right, and employer. And I was working for a PSU. People think it's easy. It's not easy. And there they think that okay, uh, body as well as mind is slave of those employers, right? So that was the situation. I just want to tell you the ground situation, what was there. And in all these things, it was working in mind that okay, if I can do something of my own, that would be better. but still I was trying in options, and I had started making some money in options, right? This particular newsletter came to me somewhere around 2012, and it is still with me. And I left. I became full-time option trader in 2013, maybe 6 months after this newsletter, right? This newsletter came to me somewhere around 2012. A copy of this is still with me. I'm maintaining that, and uh, this newsletter showed me that, okay, what I'm missing in life. Maybe I was over impressed by the newsletter or whatever. So I'm just giving you. It's a pretty big one, but I'm just giving you, let us say, 50 to 60% of this newsletter here, right? I'm producing the copy of it, but a trimmed version, because otherwise it was pretty lengthy, and it was written by one of the best option traders. It's very difficult for me to write the name here, but I had subscribed to the newsletter, and I was getting these newsletters almost twice in a week, and this newsletter really got stuck with me. So from here, the newsletter starts. These are all the words of the newsletter. Maybe I have trimmed that so that we don't take a very long video. It should be completed within next 10-15 minutes. So what was the opening of the newsletter? When you hear the word trader, you imagine someone sitting at their desk all day, staring at charts on his computer screen, afraid to go to the bathroom in case his trade goes against him. So this is the definitely a real fact of traders who are trading charts or intraday stuff like that. They are always looking for some signals, and they are really afraid of even uh, going for a biological need, right or wrong. So this is real fact with all the traders who are uh, trading on charts for intraday trades and for their signals. Well, how about this version of a trader? And that was the initial version, which everybody thinks is a trader is like that only. He's having 3-4 screens, he's glued to those screens, and he's seeing all the charts, signals, arrows, and trying to make sense out of whatever is happening in the market. And he is so much glued to his work that he don't even want to go for a bathroom. Now, that was in fact my view also about a full-time trader. And now, well, about this, what how about this version of a trader? You check your positions once a day. You are only in 3 to 6 positions at a time. No need to look for trades, because you do the same trade month after month. You do the same trade month after month. And this was a very big option trader. I don't know whether he's still active or not. This is way back in 2012. This is when this newsletter came, and and same trade month after month, and he was professing always only one trade, that was iron condor. Except iron condor, he will not do anything at all, right? And then the next para said, these are the advantages of being an option seller. Imagine now all of you are pretty much experienced, right? I was not that experienced. I was doing a little bit of option selling, making some kind of money from the markets, but I was not a very trained or an experienced trader, right? So he said, these are the advantages of being an option seller. As an option seller, I don't need to watch the screen all day. I do not need to worry about tens or dozens of positions. I always know what trades I will do next based on the calendar. He's just that, okay, as soon as the date changes, I will change my iron condor also. Every time he will make a 60 days iron condor, and 30 days he will close it. 60 days iron condor, 30 days he will keep it and then close it. And I don't need to worry when I am away from my desk, because I am hedged. Not worried about black swan events also, because my trade is so much hedged. Anything happening to the market, I know what is the maximum possible drawdown I will have, and I'm least worried about that. So all those things he was very clear even that time. These are the advantages what allow me to live the option seller lifestyle. Now, the topic of that uh, newsletter was option seller lifestyle, and this is what really hit me very hard. And I said, okay, I also want to become a full-time option seller. See what he has written. The advantages are what allow me to live the option seller lifestyle. And what are the advantages? Be able to make a full-time income while working from home. Imagine a situation of a overworked employee. This may not be a right thing to say right now because most of us are working from home because of this corona. But imagine your normal working style, especially when you're staying in a metro city. You're leaving your house at around 6:30, reaching your office by 9, leaving your office by 7 o'clock, and reaching your home by 9. So it's 9 to 9. It's 6 to 9 most of the time, especially if you're in Mumbai, if you're in Delhi NCR, if you're in Chennai, all metros. And that time I was in Pune, heavy traffic. So even if you want to go to your office, which is 8 to 10 kilometers, and you're going by own vehicle, you need at least 1 hour traveling. And none of the offices, none of the companies will allow you to leave office at 5 o'clock. I remember there were cases when somebody wanted to go at 5 o'clock, and the bosses or the senior people used to ask him, "Are you on a half day?" Right. So that was the situation. So be able to make full time income while working from home was something very very attractive to me that time. I had very small kids, no commute. So commute is always a sort of a harassment when there is very high traffic. Third, fourth signal, you are allowed to uh, cross that signal. For two, three signals, you are seeing red light, green light, red light, green light, red light, and then maybe third time, fourth time on the green light, you will get your chance, right? See your kids when they come home from school. Forget about this. I was never able to go to any PTM meetings also. So uh, this also looked me very very attractive. Work in your pajamas if you want. You need not dress up and make a tie and coat and stuff like that, and uh, every day you're dressed up like a robot. No, whatever suits you. And I remember this, my very close friend now comes to me, and when he finds me during a day in my shorts, he said, "This is what I want to do." I don't know whether you're listening, friend, so you can make a comment, right? Sleeping whenever you want. Okay, option sellers are lazy people. He said, "I don't trade first hour and half the market is open." First hour and half. So he doesn't trade first 90 minutes of the market. It literally takes less than 10 minutes a day average. If the market is calm, take the day off because there is nothing to do. See, by all means, by all economic books, if you see economics books, they say human beings are lazy animals. So, given a choice, we will not do anything. And consider this kind of a newsletter somebody is receiving who is already overworked, who follows his passion from night 11 to 1, and next day leaves his house at around 6:30, come back at 9, have some little bit of conversation and dinner, and again 11 to 9 working on his option trades and option trading strategies. For for that person, these things were as if it's going to be a big uh, wish which God has granted him, right? I'm able to tell you what was my situation and why. To a normal person, this newsletter may not make any sense, right? Very next day I printed it, and this newsletter is still in my diary, which I always maintain. These things look very simple, but imagine a situation when you are not at all able to do all these things. You are always looking to do those things. So option selling is not only about money, it's about this lifestyle. And once your trades are on, all you have to do is monitor them in case you need to adjust. So if you're a hedged option trader, only thing you need to do that time, these things may not be very clear to me, but today I'm very clear, and this is all these things I'm following right verbatim. Everything I'm following. That okay, uh, I have all hedge positions. I always tell you people also. So many of you write me, why you are so conservative? Why can't you make so much of money? I said I'm pretty much happy with whatever money I'm making, and as long I as my trades are good, I need not worry about any black swan event, whether market is opening by 500 points up, 500 points down. As long as my trades are hedged, why should I be bothered at all? I'm having my own happy life, even with whatever small profitable trades I'm having. So all these things, if maybe once in 2 3 months I open these pages of my diary, and I really start thinking that, oh, those were the days when I was really an overworked employee. From these days when I'm doing whatever I want to do from wherever I want to do. Many of you don't know that okay, I did lot of videos when I was not even in India. I was out of India for almost 6 months continuously, and nobody even came to know that okay, I was not in India, and I was doing all my trades, I was doing all my videos, everything from there. There was no break at all, and I didn't require any permission from anywhere to do that. Right now that thing is completed, so again I'm back in India. Again, he just continued writing about the advantages. You can do stuff during the day while most normal people are at work. Take your spouse out for lunch. May not be valid now, but otherwise in normal days, very much valid. Go to places that are packed on weekends, movies or parks. Volunteer at your kids' schools or anywhere else. You have ability to take longer vacations than normal people. All you need to trade is a laptop and internet connection or just a smartphone. Your needs are very, very limited. You don't need to have any employees. You don't need to have lot of things. You don't need to have any infrastructure. You don't need to have big office. You don't need to have a big car to commute. Nothing is required at all. Nothing means nothing at all. Just a laptop, internet connection, or maybe in nowadays even a smartphone. Remember, this mail was in 2012. That time smartphones were not that popular, right? But obviously it is not from India, so maybe smartphones had made some entry into US markets. So your requirements are very limited. Even now many people think that okay, I'm having 10 screens and there's a trader desk and anything like that. Nothing is there. I'm trading from a just small laptop, and I'm making these videos also from a just small laptop. I do not have anything else. Sometimes I'm sitting on my bed when I'm reading. Sometimes I'm okay in my reading room, and those are the two places I'm trading from. I don't need anything else, right? Make money while you are on vacation. I was almost on vacation for 6 months, and everything continued just like that, right? Your trades continue to work for you no matter what you are doing. So these were the words which you see really hit me so hard that time, that okay, what I am missing is I'm missing something which is totally different from my existing world. In my existing world I am always running. In my existing world I'm always stressed. So what is my future? That time I was around 36, 37. So what is my future? Maybe next 5, 6 years I will develop huge lot of health problems, and then obviously the organization for which I'm working, they will give me some desk job, and I will be just shunted like anything. So who will take care of my life? And the corporate world, that time I really do not, even now it's not easy. That time also, it was as if you see you're burning a candle from both the sides. And what for? I was very honest employee. So what for was whatever meager salary a PSU employee get. That is my return from that. Okay, there was a social status, there was a social life, but then how does that matter as long as you are suffering and your family is also suffering, right? So it was a tough life, and this email really uh, you see, it really, what you can say, corrupted my mind, that okay, now I don't want to do a job. Although the thought process was always going on in my mind from last few years, but this email just cemented that okay man, whatever happens in my life, I do not want to regret at 60, at 64, that okay, I would have done this, and now I am doing it after spoiling everything in my life. So then and there I took decision that okay, this is something which I desperately want, and I need to work uh, in a way towards a path which will make me a full-time option seller, so that I can also have a life which is much better than the corporate life which we are seeing right now, right? Mr. Nifty Trader says, wow, what a energy for these things. I really don't know, Deepak ji, whether these things you people are getting, you are feeling good about these things or not. But this email is always with me. This is I really like this, and this is one of the reasons which gave me a lot of what you say strength to just decide that okay, I want to resign, and I resigned. And although my company wanted me to work for, they paid me to work for another 6 months before I resigned, but 2 3 things which really allowed me or gave me the courage that okay, this is possible. Otherwise, very few people you will find who have left a PSU job or maybe a high earning job, right, at the peak of their careers. Mr. DP Show says all valid reasons to become option trader. Yes. So I don't know that time whether they were valid or not, but they looked very attractive to me. And even I look back, I think that okay, I should have got this mail not in 2012, which should have happened much before that, maybe in 2009. This mail was late by 3 4 years. So then I said, why should I not share this mail with all of you? Right? Welcome, Mr. Kamal Kumar, to our gold membership. Hope you will enjoy. Right? From how much money you started? Oh my God! Don't ask me these things. In when I'm doing workshop, I tell you, I started somewhere in 2008. Lost big money, and I had nothing actually. I had nothing. I took a personal loan. From personal loan, that time personal loans were almost at 14 15%. But this thing, the madness I had that time, I said, okay, let me take this 15%. In any case, that time I used to talk about 7 to 8% a month. And then I decided that okay, one day I will remove this personal loan, I will buy a house. And once I have done that, then, and I had done these things, I have achieved these things by 2012 when this mail came. And I was always in two minds whether I want to continue with my job for another 25 20, that I was 36, for another 24 25 years, or whether I want to skip everything and become a full-time trader. It was a tough decision, no doubt about it, right? Mr. SM, if I know you are Mr. Shashi, inspiring story. I am not telling you you follow this. I know you very well, Mr. SM. It might have inspired you, but you are not on this track. I will ask everybody, do not follow this track. This may not be that easy. It looks very good now, but yes, this mail really changed my mind, and I said now this is the path I want to follow. Deepak ji saying same thing is happening with me, and I am also feeling. Deepak ji, you are very young. I know you also are very young, and if you are on the right track, and you are on the right track, definitely you see you will success. You will be very successful in these things if you follow the path. You are one of the best iron condor trader in country now. Please post that complete letter. Dr. Rajan, I'll definitely do that personally on your email ID. I still have that letter with me, right? Yes, Mr. Kamal, welcome. Uh, okay, Mr. Vipin wants to say something. He says, I've been a CFO of many listed companies and so no doubt about it, CFO's role is really, I'll say, worst role, to be honest with me. So you become sandwiched between everything, right? Mr. Anku says I always feel like that. Send this PDF letter. I'll see if I can share that letter. It's not a right thing to do, but I have major content of that letter. I have reproduced here, to be honest with you. And Mr. Vipin says, now I have taken retirement and doing honorary work in spiritual organization and doing options trading also. So that gives you a lot of free time. You see, if you want to do something in for the society, something for yourself also. You see, you just flow with the flow. What happened to me? I was a very good student. I passed out 10th class with flying colors. I did very well in my plus two. I got admission to an engineering college. And you see, I never knew whether I want these things or not. Maybe if you ask me now, I never wanted to be an engineer. And I always say in my workshop, I'm a civil engineer. I don't know how to even construct a wall. I did my MBA. So I was just flowing with the things as any middle class student will do. I did a job. I got a very good, very prestigious job also. In the job also, they keep on training you definitely, but then obviously you are working for a bigger organization. You are just one small spoke in the wheel, and you have to do organization goals are always you see ahead of your own goals. So since I was in Maharashtra and I am from North India. Otherwise, I never remember 14 years I was in Maharashtra. For 14 years, I never celebrated Dashera at my place. I never celebrated Diwali at my place. Why? Because we used to have competition. We used to visit all the petrol pumps on Diwali and see that okay, what is happening there, and then your family life was totally out of sync. right? And by any standard, if you are a person who is somewhat family oriented, you start feeling the heat of things, and you uh, start seriously thinking that if I'm really capable of doing anything, shall I do it or not, right? Right now I did financially very well after the job. I would have never achieved those financial goals which I have achieved through this, but I don't know whether this is the right thing to do or not, the way I have done. I always tell this story. My even I had a discord with my father-in-law also. We didn't talk almost for 6 months. So all those things happened, right? But ultimately, whatever has happened for good as far as I am concerned. I really don't know whether it will be for everybody or not. Post for smart hedges, that can be really thought, because I can do a limited kind of a sharing of that post. I can do that. We should have good financial security before moving to full time. Yes, this is I really appreciate this, Mr. Mehul Patel. We should have good financial security before moving to full time option trading, and having some passive income. And do you think it will ever happen in your job? This was my thought process also, but ultimately when I left, I didn't had any money, to be honest, not much of that, right? And this is the thing, right? We keep on thinking that okay, one day I will have a saving of, let's say, 1 crore rupees, and so that there are liabilities, there are loans, there are EMIs. So I become a scapegoat of my EMIs, my loans, my liabilities only, right? I am not what I want to be. I become a person who is totally designed out of your EMIs, out of your liabilities. So that is the difference in the thought process. And this thing was very killing to me. That okay, I have a house loan, I have a car loan, I have kids, they need to go to school, I need to take care of my house, which are very practical things. But then because of that, shall I not do whatever I like to do? Am I forced to do the mundane job in which I somehow, you see, all the jobs you get, you really get accidentally. I was never a petroleum man, right? But I got the job, it was good, it worked well for me for a few years. And after that, I started feeling that, okay, this is not something I'm made of. So at the age of maybe 35, 36, you realize what really you like. At that time, I realized that, okay, maybe I like a financial world, and I was never trained in that. So that's the irony of life, which happens to all of us. Uh, During our early education, obviously, we start looking to things the way they are. We start looking for courses which are commercially very good, but we really do not. You see, a boy of 16, 17 years doesn't know what his actual interests are. We are because we are never exposed to anything except the normal studies, right? So then you see a lot of people that okay, he has become an engineer, he has become a doctor, he is settled in USA, he is working in a big company, he has taken a car, he is married, and his life from outside, life looks very good. But from inside, when you are part of that, then you need to see whether it's worthy of it or not, right? Mr. Kamal says, I am full-time option trader. Mr. Soumya says, you talk reminds of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yes, I read that book in 2002. Right, from then time, I've read that book so many times. Maybe I got a lot of influence from that book also. I really do not know. I'm a full-time option trader after your workshop in Mumbai in 2018. Oh, Mr. Dalal, you never revealed that, right? Mr. Ankur says, I'm a branch head in private bank, and what kind of pressure we face. Oh my God, bank jobs, they are very good, but they are very tough. I have seen during demonetization what has happened with bank employees daily basis, and just chasing my passion to good option trader. Yes, you should definitely become. And I'm not saying everybody just pack up and resign from your. No need to do that. Not see, this is really madness. What I did was not something a wise person would do, but somehow I don't know things. Maybe in Hindi they say that okay, uh, when Allah meherban to gada pehlwan type thing happened with me. I'm not saying this should be anybody's formula, to be honest with you. I'm not at all. This is a disclaimer. I'm again saying I'm not at all asking you to leave your job and become option trader. But yes, this is something which can give you employment. Maybe if you keep on working on it, maybe for 3, 4 years, you develop everything very well, and then you have money also. I think this can become a very good option, and the kind of lifestyle it can give you. No job can offer you that kind of a lifestyle, especially if you are a family man. I think these kind of lifestyles are possible only for big businessman. And you see, you are a small option trader, then also you are earning your livelihood. Most of the jobs, I have did one survey also, most of the jobs don't give you see more than best of the jobs don't give you more than 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees a month, if even if you're in a metro. And cost of living is pretty high, and hardly you have much of savings. A normal person saves equivalent to what he can educate his kids, and he can buy one house on loan. And third best thing he can do is, okay, he can spend a lot of money on the marriage of his children. And by doing these three things, he works, as Mr. Vipin Chandok said, he works his ass off. And he worked for almost 40 years, and after 60 he doesn't know what to do also, right? This is the harsh and hard reality of life, whether you like it or not, right? So can you break this cycle? That is something you need to decide. But don't take any rash decisions. I'm never ever, whether it is trading, whether it's your life, no need to take any rash decisions. uh, Elders in my family almost kept on accusing me for 3 years. When I left, I became full-time trader in 2013. Till even 2016, elders in my family kept on accusing me that, okay, this person is not doing anything and he has left such a wonderful job. But yes, yeah, you have to ignore everything. You have to take everything in your stride. And it's not only the financial success, right? There's so many other things also which work for fulfillment of your overall life, and that worked for me. So well picked. I'm targeting 36. Okay, Mr. SM. Similarly, the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad made me crazy. It's you see, yes, passion and crazy has a very thin line. So just you cross that line, you become crazy, and if you don't cross that line, you are passionate. And yes, we should not leave rationality behind. We should be very rational. If I really have, in my case, the good thing was I had zero liabilities. I still remember I had a car which the company had given me. Company used to give a loan, and when I decided that, okay, I want to leave, uh, then I knew I will not have any car for next 6 months, and I have to pay back the loan. And that was the Centro car, and my pending loan was around 2 lakh rupees. I went to showroom. I said I want to sell this car. He said 1,95,000. I said done. He gave me 1,95,000 in Pune. I still remember. And within 15 minutes, I sold the car, took that money, added 5,000, deposited in my company. I said, okay, now at least from car side, I'm totally free. So all those incidents are like, they are very fresh in my memory. They may be very old, but more than 10 years old, but still very fresh in my memory. And with that, I finished car, and I knew I had no car. I had a two-wheeler only, which was with me, two small kids and wife. And I remember we used to travel with that two-wheeler, although I had car right from 1999 to 2009. I was having a car, multiple, like I changed many cars from 99 to 2000. From sorry, 2009 to 2010, we traveled by scooters, by public transport only, and it was very painful. Let me be very honest with you. It was very painful. And then things changed. Then I joined another job, and I worked there for 2 3 years. And 2013, I became a full-time trader. So yes, these are all crazy things, but when you look back, you feel good. You see, when you take a risk, if things work for you, you really feel good. And when you take a risk, if things not work for you, then obviously you have certain some learnings which are lifelong learnings, right? So things may work, things may not work, but then ultimately you should not say that, okay, when you're retiring, that, okay, I would have done something really much better to my life. When you look back at your life, you should feel not only satisfied, you should feel proud that, okay, I have done these things. Okay, I might have some of those things have worked for me, and some of those things have not worked for me. So these two newsletters, this is one newsletter, and if any day time permits, I will share the other newsletter also. I read that newsletter in my office at 8 p.m., and at 8:30 p.m. I I resigned. That newsletter is also still with me. That has nothing to do with options. That is a normal newsletter. But I still remember I read that at 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 I said, now I want to resign. So it's not an easy thing to resign from a well-paying job. You need a lot of courage to do that, right? And somehow these unknown people who have written these newsletters, I don't know what kind of impact people have on others. My videos also, many people must be seeing, and I have never known them also. They must be having some positive impact. They may not be having any negative impact. I pray to God nobody should get any negative impact with whatever things we are talking. But yes, I wish that okay, all of you do whatever is best for you, and do not just take some crazy decisions. This is not, I'm not a role model to anybody. I'm just sharing what happened to me, right? And this is again part of letter. These are the last lines of that newsletter. Hope I will share with you. Let us see if I can do that. And he said, this changed my life. I know that no matter what happens to me, as long as I can use a computer, I can earn a living, right? So it influenced me so much that okay, that day I decided that okay, I'm going to jump into this pool. Whether I will swim or sink, I really not know. I said okay, today is Friday, we have 2 days off now, and let me give you something to think upon, but not take any rash decisions, right? Okay, next workshop 23rd, 24th May. Basics, Greeks, strategies for volatile markets. So even a one strategy, this person, if I'm able to share that newsletter, he said I did only iron condor, and he did iron condor for years, for donkey's years. He was doing only iron condor, and a pretty successful person, right? Strategies for long-term wealth. Don't think that okay, you need to know 2,000 strategies only, then you will be successful. If you can just master one or two strategies, and blessing in disguise is so much of volatility that iron condors are becoming very attractive. So much of changes that from 1st June we are seeing maybe the decrease in margins. So everything is working in your favor if you are properly aligned. If you are not properly aligned, obviously never nothing will work, right? If anybody wants to join that, I'll give you the phone numbers also. And if you want to join our membership, participate in live chat, become a gold member, want to get your trades, some information on those trades from us, join a diamond member. And if you want to see what kind of very, very hedge trades, what we are doing. And luckily, all our trades so far, whatever we have given from last 1 month, none of the trades have given any losses. All of the trades have given profit. Only one butterfly which ended into no loss, no profit. So we are very happy that okay, the smart hedge techniques which we are following, they are working in actual markets. We are not saying that okay, when we show our uh, profits, we are doing some. Yesterday, remember, I said a gambler's mind or a tukka trade. When I want to show profits, I will do a tukka trade and show you that okay, see, this is the kind of profit I am. But when it comes to showing you actual trades in hedging, then I start struggling. It's not like that. Whatever actual trades we are doing, we are showing those trades to you, we are showing those adjustment to you, and you are also part and parcel of those trades, right? WhatsApp number is very difficult to share on this public platform, Mr. Kamal Kumar, right? Okay, what is the question? And I'm really thankful to you, especially to at least to two people. I find their answers very well written. Dr. Rajan, Dr. Kadam, and Mr. Sharma. These three people, I find that the way they write their answers is really fantastic, and they are giving me a lot of material to 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 compile it and make a sort of ebook out of it. And many of you are giving very good answers, Mr. Mayfield also. I don't. I'm not in a capacity to take all the names right now, but all of you are giving fantastic answers. And please go ahead and give your answers. How do you compare your lifestyle vis-a-vis a full-time hedged option trader? Let me put your thinking hat. No need to be in a hurry. I have given you a full-time option trader's lifestyle, and you need to compare it with you. Nothing is good or bad. No answer is good, right or wrong, right? Whatever you are doing is the best possible what you are doing. But I'm just trying to give you a thought process that okay, can you compare what are the problems for an option trader and what are the problems for your lifestyle, right? Just think it over. You can write the answer today, you can write the answer in next 2 days also, you can write the answer uh, after 1 week also. No hurry. Right, to join our workshops, you can contact us at these numbers. You can write to us at info@theoptionschool.in. And yes, sir, today I have not made the appeal. Oh, I was also too emotional with whatever I was showing, to be honest with you. But all of you are wonderful guys. Already we have got 105 likes. So anybody who has still not liked, please go ahead and like the video. All our members say in our case, first you have to like the video and then you have to start seeing it. So please go ahead and like the video. Sorry, I have not made any appeals today because I was just flowing with the letter. Uh, and I forgot to say that. Anyway, thanks to all of you for making a good number of likes. We have got good number of likes today. Share this video to anybody whom you think is trying to make changes in his lifestyle, trying to do something in life which is different from what he is doing right now. This has nothing to do with option trading. This is a totally, I'll say, uh, a lifestyle video. So share it with somebody whom you think it will be useful, and I am waiting for your comments. I'm eagerly waiting for your comments. Not only about that question, you can write your comments about anything. You can give feedback. You can ask questions. Sorry, I have not taken any trades. I don't know if somebody has written their trades, and I've totally missed it in the flow of things. So write all the things in the comment section. If you have any answer to the question, write that answer also. Otherwise, you can write all your other feelings also. And if you are still not subscribed to this channel, you are really missing a group of option traders which can save you through any problems in your option trades. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel and be there every day at 9 p.m. Right? Uh, Need to talk to me about Smart Hedge, Mr. Vijay? You can send a WhatsApp to that number, and you will get the replies. If there is something really serious, you can tell them, and definitely they'll come back to me. Right? uh, let me be very honest. You see, you will also appreciate it is very difficult to talk to many of you, but yes, once in a while let us have a connection and let us have a discussion also for 10-15 minutes, right? We can do that, but first it has to be a decent reason for doing that, right? So please go ahead and share your concern with whatever number has been given to you, and if required, I definitely call you back. Thanks to all of you for being there and listen to my craziness for almost last 30-40 minutes and still liking it also. I am eagerly waiting for your answers. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you all on Monday. Thank you.